And I think we are live. Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday, October 8th, which means happy Thanksgiving weekend to everyone in Canada land. And I see Jennifer Gala in the chat, Fifi Connie, Uncle Buck, Sheena Roberts, Vivian Johnson. So we got the mod squad here. Wesley, Gertej, Mark D. Marge is here. Welcome back. Dave and Banger Main, Gordon Freeman, 21st Century Visits, Harjot, Jelly Bean, Naughty Brown, and everyone else. Sorry if I missed your name, but welcome to the stream. Oh, that's kind of creepy. I just noticed we can see this guy's, what he was chatting on his phone on the bottom right. This stream is only going to be an hour long. I kind of have a hard cap. I have to head out the door at 8 p.m. And I noticed earlier today that Ken had his premiere scheduled for 7:10 p.m. And I noticed, or I know a lot of viewers kind of like to watch both channels. So I just reached out to Ken and said, hey, do you want to put your premiere to 8 and I'll end my stream right at 8? And he said, sure thing. So thank you to Ken for doing that. So that can accommodate everyone out there. I have yet to eat tonight. I'll be eating as soon as the stream is over. But before then, I'm going to have a Captain's Log. This is a Cameron's Brewing Golden Lager. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. And cheers. Gertej says short stream. Yeah, it was short stream or no stream. So I think short stream is better than no stream. But cheers and happy Thanksgiving everyone out there. Gordon Freeman says you and Ken are the dynamic duo after all. I don't know about that. Wing Zero says hello. Sheena says cheers. Michael K in the house. Quick update. I am still using the iPhone 15 Pro as my daily phone. Poor Android on the sidelines, but it's going a little better than I thought. The screen protector I bought already cracked, and it's blocking, or it's in the way of the selfie camera. So I ordered new screen protectors already. I've had this thing like a week and a half. No, I've had it 2 weeks actually. Yesterday was the end of my 14-day return period, so I'm stuck with it. Wing Zero says, will you ever do an in real life stream from outer space? No. Even if like NASA's like, yo, we want you to be the first ever person to stream from outer space, I'm not going to space. I'm not going. Chris Mills says it's flipping 4 degrees Celsius outside. Let's see, what is it right now? It is 7 degrees, but yeah, we had like multiple days where it was in the mid 20s. It even got up to 27 where like people are in shorts and t-shirts. It was nice. Then the last few days it kind of turned, and today was pretty shitty. I was out on the e-scooter today, and like my nose was like turning into a faucet. My hands were cold. I took one of those hot showers where your body just feels like frozen inside, even though the water was boiling hot. So it's just that kind of day. Barbara says only 110 of us, not too many tonight. Happy Thanksgiving. It's early. These streams usually get about 150, 160 at their peak. I did put, but I normally go at 8 p.m. This is 7 p.m. So maybe it will be a little bit less, but plus it's a long weekend. A lot of people with their families maybe out of town. I don't know. Silver Fox says, do you go to your mom's for Thanksgiving? No, Thanksgiving's never been a big deal in my family. Boom Productions never bought a screen protector. You're diligent about keys in one pocket. You know what? I go naked. This phone, no screen protector, no case. But this was such an expensive phone, and I just bought it. Like, this was the most expensive phone I've ever bought. I wanted to at least keep it intact during the return period. And I bought the world's thinnest, lightest case. This case is 3 grams. It probably does nothing in terms of drop protection, but it keeps that titanium from being scratched. Just in case, I don't know, at some point I'm probably just going to forego the case. I'm just waiting to see how this titanium, whatever you want to call it, frame holds up. If they start scratching, if other people who go naked say they start scratching, I'm going to keep the case. If it turns out they're durable, I'm going to get rid of the case. Same goes for the screen. I probably will do away with the screen protector at some point, but brand new $1,800 phone. I'm just going to keep it minimally protected, but I'll probably be back to this guy at the end of the month anyways, so it's a moot point, I guess. Sammy Wu is here. Jonathan says, do you pay outright or incrementally? I never do payment plans or installments. I just bought it. Yeah, Omar, Vivian's right. I don't, especially really divisive issues. The reason I don't like to talk about divisive political issues is because everyone has an opinion. My opinion's no more or less than yours. Plus, I think some people come for a bit of an escape and away from that. There's lots of social media out there where you can talk about that stuff. So, yeah, I'll rag on our idiot prime minister and our idiot premier every once in a while, but that's about as far as I go with that. Stacy says, I have a 12 Pro Max and I'm waiting for the 16 because I like even numbers. I don't have high hopes that Apple's going to change a whole lot. They've already gone USB-C. They're probably going to bring back this stupid dynamic island. I can't imagine the 16 being much of an upgrade, but if your 12 still works, keep it. Keep it, right? Go to the Apple store and get a new battery or an independent repair shop. So, yeah, I got the new screen protector. We'll get into the usual stuff on this stream. But as you know, I've been replacing all my shoes. I got to this weird point where like the half a dozen or so shoes in my rotation all kind of worn down, and I bought barefoot shoes, and they're awesome. And then I bought some trail shoes, which are kind of all-weather shoes, which are awesome. But I need a pair of just regular, everyday running shoes. So I bought a pair, and I kind of thought they were fantastically ugly. So while I'm thinking about returning them, I bought another pair. So I want you guys to vote and tell me which ones are better, at least from the looks point of view. Mike T bought a Galaxy S23 Plus over the weekend. It should be here in a few days. Congrats, Mike T. Awesome choice. Definitely better than an iPhone. So here are the shoes I bought. On the left is... These are Wittens. Witten is like a no-name brand, but they're one of those like brands that actually kind of gets it right, and they're pretty high quality. My barefoot shoes are Wittens. For some reason, oh yeah, the soles are green. That's why you can't see them. Let me, there you go. Turn off the chroma key. You can see the green screen fun behind me. So these shoes, wide toe box. They are zero drop as well. Heel and toe are the same. That's why I bought them. They were... Let's turn off this thing in the back. There they are. And they're pretty cheap. Michael K likes the darker blue. So they both fit me perfectly, by the way. Like, they're both amazingly comfortable. But do I rock which pair of shoes? Because I don't want two. I don't want to waste my money. Do you want me to rock these ones, which I'm quite impressed by, and they're only $76, or the Ultra Torin 7 Wide, which, again, I thought these were like super ugly, but they are super duper wide because I have ridiculously wide feet. I think, I have no doubt in my mind, this is like the superior shoe and the superior shoe brand. They're also zero drop. I just can't get over how ugly they are. I think, like, these aren't like ugly in the good fashionable way. These are like ugly in the, they're but ugly kind of way. Yeah, these, it says $189. I got them for like $140. They were on sale when I got them. So what do you like? The Wittens are on the left. Keep in mind, comfort is the same. I haven't walked in either of them. And the reason I got that light blue is they only make the wide model in light blue. The other colors are so much nicer, but they only make wide in this color. So let me fix this. Am I going to cheap out and wear the Wittens? Here, how do I do my polls here? Start a poll. Which shoes? Alexa, remind me, poll in 2 minutes. All right, let's see what you guys vote. Are we going with the Wittens on the left or the Ultras on the right? Keep in mind, there's only like 3 brands that make wide shoes that are 0 drop, so it's not like I have much choice for a running shoe. Soggy Jungle just popped in before you're going to play darts. Darts! I would love to throw some darts. I have my own custom darts. I used to play cricket all the time. I was a member of... Was it called the Green Frog? Something like that in Itaewon in Seoul. I used to be in a darts league my first year in Seoul. And that's when me and my roommate, we bought a dartboard. We got our own darts. I was really, really heavily into darts. I had a darts card at like the electronic boards, but good luck. You have made me jealous. I want to play cricket. I used to be pretty good at that. Stacy says, I'm better at darts when buzzed, horrible when sober, bad when I'm too drunk. Yeah, for me, about 2 beers in, 2 to 4 beers is my sweet spot. And I throw a pretty mean game of darts when I'm there. When I'm just starting, maybe it's like any other sport. You kind of loosen up and get adjusted to it. But I'm terrible at darts from a cold start. But you put a few beers in me, I get good, and then I kind of fade away and become terrible. And if you want to bet, because we used to bet all the time at this one bar called Voodoo, and so you wait until I'm a little bit on in the night, because then I'm cocky, and I know I'm better than that person, but they know I'm drunk, and they know they will beat me. That's a good time to take me. Get me drunk, play me darts, you will win. Vivian says, love playing darts. You're on a team. Alexa, stop. All right. We are 50 votes in already. Holy shit. And we're already at 140 viewers. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to... This will be the only reminder. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Fun stuff. Hit the bell. Go to Johnny Strides. It looks like the Canadian retailer is going to lose out to Amazon. I'm going to rock these where the green screen is making the sole for a while. I've worn them inside, but because I might return them, I haven't worn them outside. All right, Ultra, goodbye. Skywalking says my Alexa actually listened. Yeah, I've given up on Siri. Siri, pardon my French, is a fucking idiot. I have no other words for how stupid and useless Siri is. I could ask it what 2 + 2 is, and she'll be like, what? Like, she's just dumb. Michael K likes the green sole as well. Yeah, I'm a little bit conscious wearing, like, I'm not normally someone who cares about brands, but it's kind of like wearing a Walmart brand outside. But I'm going to give them a try. If they're good, they're good. Right? That's all there is to it. They have the qualities I need. Thanks for voting, guys. Let's take the shoes off the screen. And what about... You might notice here, instead of Windows wallpaper, I put a video in the background. Siri says my Siri went off during a podcast, which made me panic, and my co-host thought it was hilarious. Do you like the video wallpaper? versus the static wallpaper. Because what I could do is I can just set the camera up in some interesting like people watching spots and record some kind of like B-roll for the background. And we can play that in the back of these streams. Jellybean says, what part of Toronto is this? This is Barcelona. Michael K likes the act of wallpaper. Stacy likes that idea. I noticed you kind of disappeared during the end of the baseball season when the Yankees were down and out, but you triumphantly came back when the Blue Jays decided to make a managerial decision that made Pete Carroll's decision not to run with Marshawn Lynch and instead pass look good. That's how bad pulling Jose Barrios was. But now you're back. Welcome back. You didn't want to be here. You didn't want to hear your mouth about it. 21st Century Visit says, looks like Barcelona. So 77% of you like the moving backgrounds. 17% say nay. 5% say chew on glass. Picard says, can we get a beach background? I can set that up in advance, but I don't want to like, we only have an hour stream tonight. I don't want to spend 5 minutes fiddling with that, getting that going. But oh yeah, did Ken actually, okay, he changed his premiere time. Downtown West, the Entertainment District gets a new name? Why would they rename it? I didn't even know about this. That's stupid. It's still got multiple theaters. The Royal Alex, Roy Thompson Hall is there. Princess of Wales, the TIFF Lightbox Theater is there. The former Paramount Theater is there. What's wrong with Entertainment District? Why call it Downtown West? That sounds so generic. Brad Palmer is here. Cheers, Brad Palmer. Speaking of which, I got a notification that you posted a video 2 hours ago. October 8th.
So this is Adam Duford River.
Brad, I am so jealous of all that fresh air you get to, and nature.
They're calling for snow tomorrow.
Snow?
Not really any accumulation, but
snow. Anyways, guys, go check out Brad Palmer's channel. He does a good job. He's a longtime viewer and supporter of the channel. Sorry, Brad. I'm going to try to drop in to the next one of your live streams. I've got the notification bell checked off. But thanks for tuning in, Brad. Vivian says it was beautiful. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys. Jonathan. Why did I type in Jonathan? Jennifer Gala, I have some questions for you. I have been recording some Dolby Vision, some in ProRes, trying to color grade in HDR afterwards, some just straight HDR off the iPhone. And if I upload it to YouTube, YouTube will convert it to HDR and it'll actually make a good looking SDR profile out of it. But when I use DaVinci Resolve and I want it to be HDR, I change the color profile. I do a color transform. I set it to like Rec 2100 HLG. And the HDR it gives me is like off, and I have no way to color grade it because I have an SDR monitor and you can apply anyways. I've been trying to use a LUT that people use to grade HDR on SDR monitors, and I don't know. Is there a way just for me to take the Dolby Vision and get the Dolby Vision color profile exactly the same in an HDR file out of DaVinci? If I had a Mac, I could do it. It would be very easy if I had a Mac, but I don't have a Mac. And I don't have a Dolby license, which is like $10,000. So there's no way for me to like legally do it. without converting it to HDR at my end. Anyways, we'll save that conversation for another day. Picard says SDR monitor, how retro. Even most HDR monitors, even like an HDR 400 monitor is expensive, and you really need 1,000 nits to properly show HDR. Anyways, and you need a really good black level. That's the other half. Well, and 10-bit color. There's a lot that goes into it. But we do have an expert in the chat on that very subject. So I posted this to my YouTube and to my TikTok, this short. Come on! It's a fucking bike lane. The original cut of that had a much longer conversation with that lady who decided to just randomly pull into the bike lane and then start yelling at me. Basically, I know I've been posting these shorts of like little incidents, but I'm trying to like not post them too often because I know they do kind of give off negative energy. And this one I thought was a little too negative, so I like cut it down, but I will show you the full cut right now of what was originally going to be posted to YouTube. Let me pull that up. And Marie Palmer, welcome to the stream, Marie Palmer. Jellybean said these gives me anxiety. Well, the good news is you can just ignore them, right? It's a short, it's a totally different section. Just don't even bother if you don't like it. But I like to highlight dangerous behavior in hopes that like somebody changes their behavior and someone ends up not dead. Jennifer says, so what I do, I never shoot HDR on your iPhone. You do it yourself in Dolby Vision in Final Cut Pro on your M1 MacBook. The MacBook comes with an amazing HDR monitor for grading and it's easy. Yeah, like I said, it's easy to do if you're in Macland. I do have access to like an M2 MacBook Air, but it's not mine. Yeah, you can edit it, but I don't know. I'm thinking of just doing a video in ProRes and then grading that in HDR using like a LUT that someone else made that I have, which will be like good enough just to put it on the channel to see. But anyways, so you saw that one. Thanks for the info, Jennifer. This is the full cut, the one that I didn't alter, or the one that I before. You know what I'm trying to say. This is the one I decided against uploading. But this is the full exchange with that lady. Come on! It's a fucking bike lane. Learn how to fucking drive before you kill someone. Learn how to drive. You just pulled into a bike lane without looking. Go fuck yourself. So yeah, I thought I made a director's decision to remove the rest of that exchange. I didn't think it was necessary. But she was trying to tell me as she pulled a U-turn in the middle of Danforth that she was justified in like randomly ramming into the bike lane because the road is only 30 feet wide. Jonathan says that was my mom. Can that lady not see the road mark? Yeah, like whatever. It's infuriating. Gordon loves the director's cut better. Yeah. But I don't want to be like this negative Nancy. Like, I don't see myself as like a positive person or a negative person. I just try to be kind of a realist. But I realized a lot of these clips kind of come across a bit negative, even though they're like tiny little snippets of much longer slices of life. So I made the decision just to like cut that. Alejandra did some HDR test videos for YouTube, but on a Mac. Skywalker says Karen. She was a Karen. Oh, just reading some of your comments now. Yeah, Vivian. I mean, inconsiderate, dangerous behavior comes in all shapes, sizes, and walks of life. There's nobody we should ever single out for that because it's a human condition, right? You can't say it as a gender or race. That's just incredibly discriminatory to do that. Unknown says, do you report these types of drivers to the police? If like an accident happens, I have, but they don't do anything when you catch it. They don't do anything. Even if you have their license plate number and the time and date, they don't do it. In the UK, there's a guy, Cycling Mikey. I used to watch he's still around way before I had this channel.
Cool little worker.
And he does this. Mercedes road rage driver nudges Mikey, then see you next. So he does he uploaded 11 hours ago. But he does that. He catches people in the act and then he reports it to the police. And in the UK, they actually follow through.
I could see this up screen. LM20 SKV. Phone was in her left hand, and I could definitely see that it was lit up.
So I guess you could say he's being a bit of a narc. He's busting people. Like, he busts a lot of people who text and drive and that sort of thing. But, like, texting and driving statistically is 6 times more dangerous than drunk driving. So, like, the guy is doing a really good thing. And he's making some entertaining content out of it. But that is Cycling Mikey. I have no pity at all. He puts their license plate in the title of the video. But yeah, like, pretty awesome channel. I haven't watched him in years. It just reminded me tonight when we were talking about that, about his channel. But he kind of takes it to the extreme, but you can do that in the UK because our police are just going to go, so what? That's literally what like, if you told them they stole your bike, they're going to be like, okay, go buy a new bike. Like, that's the kind of help you get here. Video wallpaper, 74% voted yay, 17% voted nay, and 9% of you want me to chew on glass. Thank you. And again, if you are just tuning in, if you missed earlier, this is going to be a shorter stream tonight. We're going to sign off at 8. I do have somewhere to go. I have dinner plans just after that, but Ken will be premiering his video right at 8. Fifi says our policemen are lazy. I think their priorities aren't necessarily in the right places, I think. At least in terms of, like, public safety and that sort of thing. Chris Mills says, hot date. Yeah, right. I wish. All right, let's pull the browser back up. What's going on in Toronto? Oh, by the way, it is Thanksgiving. Jeanette, happy Thanksgiving, Johnny and pals. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, Jeanette. Toronto as seen from Niagara-on-the-Lake. That is a neat file or a neat photo. You can see First Canadian Place, Scotia Plaza. For a photo taken so far away, and these two buildings are literally right across the street from each other. They look so far away in this picture. Like, literally, First Canadian Place is right across the street from Scotia Plaza. I used to work, like, right up over the 50th floor, and we could, like, look into Scotia Plaza and see people, like, at their desks working. So why does this photo from so far away, they look so far apart? Maybe I'm an idiot for questioning that, but one of those things. Cannoli Queen. I am traveling to Toronto next week. So excited. Your channel has been an awesome guide to the city. Welcome in advance, Cannoli Queen. I hope you have an awesome time. Where are you traveling from, by the way? I'm just curious. Devin says it could be distortions from the amount of air. That's one way to put it. I think I know what you're getting at. And no one says Thanksgiving is on a Monday on the second week in November in Toronto. That would be American Thanksgiving. Subway cat. These fabric seats in the subways have... I don't... Like, why do we have fabric seats? Apparently there's been bug beds. Bed bugs. Wow, I am out of it. Spotted on them. Also, if they get wet, like if someone spills a drink or they get soiled, the seat becomes like unusable for the rest of the day. Like, why not just hard plastic? It's so much easier to like clean and wipe down, and it's not going to harbor bed bugs. Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty gross that we have fabric on the subway seats, but there's a cute picture of a cat. Naughty asking if I've been on the edibles. No, I've just been on a lack of sleep. I've barely slept this weekend. I was hoping to live stream today. Maybe tomorrow I won't even live stream. I don't know. Sham Lawless says happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Soon, 27 city parks involved in a pilot project will no longer allow alcohol consumption, but is it really last call? I think, oh yeah, because it is a pilot project, but let's just make drinking in public everywhere all the time allowable. In countries that allow that, there are literally no issues. And the people that cause problems, let's be real, are drinking in public anyways, and the police aren't doing shit about it. So it's just regular innocent people being punished as always with that sort of thing. What else do we have? TTC improving, adjusting a number of routes. Stunning photos from the 1970s in Toronto showing street scenes and everyday life. This is something I can get into. Alejandro says, what's the best for our first Thanksgiving? Turkey is the best. I think tomorrow I'm going to do some Swiss chalet ordering. That's going to be my Thanksgiving, but if you can find a turkey meal, do it. Mashed potatoes, get some stuffing. Something with cranberry in it is always good. I don't know. My family was never that big on Thanksgiving. Christmas dinner, yes. Christmas was like a 2 dinner. Like Christmas Eve, we always had like a ham, I think. And then Christmas Day, we always had like a turkey at night. Like Christmas was the big dinner in my family. It was like back-to-back big dinners. Often one night we would go to my aunt's and she would make an amazing meal for us on like the 24th and the 25th. My mom would. But Thanksgiving, like I remember one year my dad took us to like Burger King on Thanksgiving. It wasn't a huge deal. Number one store on Queen Street West near Jameson in about 1972. So that is Parkdale. Mike T says, is Thanksgiving not a big thing in Canada? It's nowhere near as big as it is in the US. It's just like a... Jack and Jill's and the Café de la Paix, 1970s. That looks like Bloor Street in Yorkville. A street vendor on Yonge Street, 1972. Can I make these a little bigger for you guys? Maybe pull it a little more to the right. This guy looks like Walter Matthau, doesn't he? Jennifer says, can't wait for Christmas. Let's hope we have lots of snow. We're certainly getting the cold weather rolling in. If you're looking up north on Yonge Street near Edward Street with Christmas lights, about 1972. Look at that. How amazing would it be to be on Yonge Street back then? How crazy would it be to be on like a bicycle trying to like make your way along it? But Yonge Street, believe it or not, was more vibrant back then. Speaking of which, tomorrow's video is another Yonge Street video. I was surprised. My last Yonge Street walk in the daytime was in May. I thought I had done it sooner than that. Vivian says that's how I remember it. Dad at Nathan Phillips Square, probably the mid-1970s. Nathan Phillips Square looking better back then than it does now. Why isn't this photo loading? TD Center, Commerce Court North, Royal York Hotel. Looking east from the CN Tower. There's the TD Center, First Canadian Place, Commerce Court West. They wrote Commerce Court. Oh, Commerce Court. Yeah, you can't really see Commerce Court North. The Royal York. This was covered in soot in like the 20s, 30s, and 40s. They've clearly power washed it. Toronto View looking northwest from the CN Tower, August 1976. So the airport would be like somewhere out there towards the left of the screen. Notice all this yellow area. Well, on the zoning charts, it would be yellow. So much low density single family housing so close to the downtown core, and we have not updated our zoning since then. What are you doing, Toronto? What are you doing? West Island, Ontario Place, photo by Ellis Wiley, August 1972. Soon to be replaced by a Therme spa. Can't wait for that. Thanks, Doug. Exhibition Park looking west. Okay, you know what? There are a million photos on this. Let's just look at the Young Night Bus northbound at Bloor Street. Oh, it was the 99 back then. It was not the 97. City Limits, docks. So that went all the way south down to the docks. The Duke of Connaught on fire. That's a pretty awesome scene. We've even got firemen going up a ladder. You know what? Maybe I'll go through this list and I'll curate some of the best pictures and we'll view them another time. But this is really fascinating. That is awesome, awesome stuff. David Crombie Park. That is on the Esplanade. That's an awesome picture. Jellybean says the Vomit Comet. We used to call the late night bus either the Vomit Comet or the Loser Cruiser growing up. Jennifer says, imagine in the future, 80 years from now, someone is showing videos by Johnny on a live stream. You do an important job. Maybe nothing will be preserved. Maybe like Google is notorious for shutting things down and just making them disappear. And YouTube is so big and so vast, I can't imagine somebody archiving YouTube like the Wayback Machine archives the internet. Like, is that even possible to archive YouTube? Like, you would need like a warehouse full of, it would cost probably $1 billion just to have the resources to be able to do that. And then like you're preserving it to what end? I really hope Google doesn't turn the lights off on YouTube. Like, I don't have my stuff all backed up. I have like a 2-year sunset period where once my content is over 2 years, I just delete it, because I do like a 45-minute video on average, 30 to 45 minutes every day. And they're these monster files. And I already have multiple 16 terabyte hard drives like full. At a certain point, I just have to start purging stuff. And I can always do like a 4K screen capture from YouTube to get it back, which will be compressed. It won't be as good. But if I do need my footage in the future, I can just get it back from YouTube. So I hope that YouTube doesn't go away. And I hope that the current content stays. Anyways, I think that's enough about that. Michael K says it be on one big cloud storage. John says you should archive your own videos. I do for 2 years. That's it. Like I said, they're on YouTube. I've had 2 people pay me like a good amount of money for old clips, but one of them literally just stole, or they downloaded my clip themselves in 4K. And I was like, do you want the source files? And they're like, no, we already have it. And then they just sent me a check for it. So really only once I have needed that old footage for purpose. And that was within 2 years. So it wasn't even like I would have screwed myself over. 42-year-old e-bike rider fatally hit on highway ramp near... Why were you on a highway ramp? A 58-year-old e-bike rider was fatally hit by a pickup truck on a highway ramp in Markham on Friday night. On a highway ramp? That can't be right. Cyclist finds stolen e-bike for sale at unmarked store in downtown Toronto. That's not surprising. And I bet the police did nothing. Yahia says, do you know when they will open line 5? I'm going to say December 2024. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Suck says, I want to meet you. I deliver food in Toronto. I order food in Toronto. Maybe we'll meet that way. If you ever see me, just say hi. Every day I run into a few friendly people that say hi. Anyways, what's going on, BlogTO? New restaurant inspired by New York taverns hidden away on Toronto Residential Street. Oh, I think that's on Niagara Street. Just north of King, south of Adelaide. No, north. I don't know. I think it's just south of King, actually. Near Wellington and Niagara, if I'm not mistaken. Any good? What's open and closed on Thanksgiving Monday, 2023 in Toronto? There's something very useful. Chris Mill says Texas is about to beat Baltimore for the second straight game. Texas has been straight fire in the playoffs. Good for them. At least they don't get tormented by the Blue Jays. So tomorrow, closed banks, government offices, libraries, bibliotheques. Jeanette, that should make you sad. Post offices open. The TTC will operate on its normal reduced holiday schedule. Go Transit will operate on a Sunday schedule. Select Shoppers Drug Mart and Rexall locations. And how about like a whole bunch of other smaller independent shops? Please check with them, right? We don't want everyone to go to like Shoppers. Food and drink. It's worth calling ahead to restaurants and bars before heading out. Yeah, many will be closed. The LCBO will be closed. The beer store will be closed. Most major grocery chains will be closed. There's a list of places. I don't know. That's a pretty boring list. Johnny, will you do a walk at Evergreen Brickworks? You know what, Jellybean? I've done a bike ride through there once on the single speed. But yeah, maybe you could take like Pottery Road over to it. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe next year we'll put that on the to-do list. Keep going and show Ken's stream on the screen behind you. Ken is premiering in 15 minutes, right as I sign off. Susan, is that the real Susan? I don't know. Can someone verify that? Can somebody verify that? Closed malls. Most malls. Open. Eaton Center is open. Hillcrest Mall is open up in Richmond Hill. Pacific Mall. Well, Pacific Mall would be open no matter what. Square One is open. Toronto Premium Outlets and Vaughan Mills. Go to the Bluffs and film the cats. Jellybean says no wrench. So this person has never had a wrench. The Bata Shoe Museum's closed. Canada's Wonderland's closed. Stacked is closed. The Agacon. Okay, so there are a bunch of stuff that's open and closed. By the way, if you are just tuning in, we had a vote. And I will be going with these beautiful shoes next month, or at least I'm going to try them. Thanks for voting, guys, that I did buy off Amazon. And I will be returning these hideous shoes, which are so ugly. I'm going to leave them closed in their thing. Anthony says go to Rouge National Urban Park. I did that. A member request actually came in to go and do that, and I did that last year. Johnny Strides Rouge Park. That should do it, right? Come on, YouTube search engine. How do you not find that? Johnny Strides. Rural. I think I put rural in the title. What kind of search engine is this? I don't know. Rural e-bike ride? The Forgotten Rural Toronto e-bike ride. This one went around Rouge National Park. But I haven't... I don't think it's interesting enough to do a walk through there, to be honest. It's also like at the very northeast corner of the city. It's quite a hike to get there. Anyways. Parking where not allowed. Oh, I like reading this subreddit, Toronto Driving. I don't know. Good old Brampton. Vivian Johnson says, welcome, but English in the chat so the mods can understand. Yes, guys. I will allow Korean just because I can read it and I get entertained when I see it. But please speak English. It's not that we're being closed-minded. It's that we have no idea if it's offensive, if it's hateful, right? And so let's just keep it English. That's the only reason for that. Brampton man follows parking enforcement officer, damages vehicle after being ticketed. 100-kilometer pissing match. We're driving. It's raining. We got 3 transport trucks in a row. Oh, that's the video? I don't think that's a big deal. Barbara says even French. We'll make an exception for French. I would assume enough people in the chat can read and understand it. And it is an official language of Canada. So we'll make an exception for that. Hey, my video made it. 2 stupid left turns in East York. This was my video. I posted this. This was a clip from a member's video. So watch this. Oh, this is fun. Hopefully we don't crawl through here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! And then the piece de resistance. Good job, U-Haul. So that last one, they had an advanced green, right? But so this person here would have had a red light when they entered the intersection and turned. This person here also would have had a red light. Or not a red light. They would have had not the advanced green, right? They would have had a regular green. So that makes 2 people advancing when they shouldn't. And then this person, this is super egregious. This third person decides to go through. I can understand the first person. They're not supposed to go through, but whatever. Like, that's fine. No one's going to say anything. A cop wouldn't even ticket it. The second person really pushing their luck. This person, go F yourself, U-Haul. Do you have Slimming World in Canada? I don't even know what that is. Barbara Perkins says, très bien. Merci beaucoup. Je m'appelle Jonathan et tout. That's about all of my French I used up in a second there. Since we only have about 10 minutes left in the stream, let's see. Let's make sure. Is Ken still going at 8 p.m.? Paranormal Witness Girl says, I have a wallet case, so my iPhone has a zippered coin attachment and is great. Bring all the necessary. You know what I absolutely do not like about that, Paranormal Witness Girl? If you lose your phone, you also lose your wallet and everything. You just lose it all at once. You've got no ID, you've got no credit card, you've got no Apple or Samsung or Google Pay. You've got no means to communicate everyone to anything to anyone. Like, I hate seeing people, or I hate seeing like phones with like the wallet built in and like all their credit cards. I'm like, you're going to have a really bad day someday. Right? It's just going to happen. You're going to lose everything. Diversify. Put your phone in like your front left pocket. Put your wallet in the front right pocket. Or put something in your purse or something in your, I don't know, spread it all out. I'd rather lose one thing than lose like everything at once and be completely effed. That's why I do not like those wallet cases personally. Not that I would criticize someone else for doing it, but it would be one of those like I told you so moments. Like, why did you get that? Why? It's gonna happen at some point. We all lose our wallet at some point. Gordon says the trifecta wallet, phone, keys. That was an Adam Sandler bit, right? Wallet, phone, keys. Wallet, phone, keys. Hey, I just got a fantasy football notification. Only 7 minutes until you say goodnight. Will we see you live tomorrow? I don't know, Naughty Brown. We're going to play tomorrow by ear. But if I don't go live tomorrow, I will go live on Tuesday. Yahia says, Johnny, I have a request. The next time you're in Europe, I suggest you travel with Ryanair and film a trip. If they have like a overly tight carry-on luggage requirement, I will not be with Ryanair. They're a budget airline, so they almost certainly do, right? So the Ken Continuum premiering, 7 waiting. This is my fake Johnny Strides account. Paranormal Witness Girl says, I still have the iPhone 11 and Apple told me I would get $200 off if you got a new one. Honestly, for $200, I would rather have the backup spare phone. Like right now, I'm using my iPhone 12 as a webcam. It's like a better camera than any webcam you can buy. It also serves as like a backup iPhone. So if I like lost my 15 Pro, I still have something I can live stream with. I would rather have this than like the $200 Apple would give me for it, or like the $300 I could sell it for. Right? I would, when this thing becomes like my backup phone, then that I will get rid of. Bill Chow says, diversify, good point. Another strategy to get an AirTag yeah, you get an AirTag or a tile or something, but that's still not going to do you a lot of good if someone like steals it and runs away with it. Someone has a thing for the blue color. Is it because of your team? I don't know. I've always liked blue. Let's do a quick quiz before we go. I found 4 that I haven't done. Should we do the gourmet test, the neat freak test, the reality test? Which one of these 3? First person to say which test we should do, we're going to do. Gourmet, neat freak, reality. We'll run through this quick. Jelly Bean says neat freak. All right, let's do this. This will be the last thing we do tonight. Because I've got to... Hey, we're at 180 viewers. Holy shit. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry it's a short stream tonight. I've got somewhere to go after this. And Ken will be premiering at 8. Let's do this quickly. Your dishes are cleaned and put away after every meal, piled in the sink like a gunky Eiffel Tower, usually washed and put away, but there may be a few stragglers. Yes, that one. Do you use air fresheners? No, I don't like the carcinogenic qualities. I sometimes spray my place. No, I don't need to. My place is clean. It smells fresh without the artificial stuff. No, I don't bother. You'll get used to the smell after a while. Yes, but the smell is not bad. The smell is not bad, but I'll say yes to that. And I leave my door open a lot. How often do you clean your bathroom? Well, there are suds when I take a shower and the bowl is always flushed. Isn't that enough? At least once a week? No, not every week, but I'll whip out the gloves when it's starting to look a little too grimy. Somewhere between the first and the last one. I'll go with the last one. Where do you usually eat your supper? At the kitchen table? I don't even have a kitchen table. In front of the TV or in bed? In front of the TV. Your clothes are usually in piles on the floor, put away nicely with a few things scattered around the room, hung nicely in the closet and or folded neatly in the drawers. I'm going to say put away nicely with a few things scattered around the room. We're going to go number 2 there. How many household cleaners do you use? I have a cupboard filled with cleaners for every conceivable surface, sink, and floor, and put them to use regularly. A few. I have something for the bathroom and kitchen. Does water count as a cleaner? I'm going to say a few. I've got I buy an all-purpose Clorox cleaner, and that's it. And I use vinegar because it's healthier apparently and less carcinogenic. But if I'm having company, I don't use vinegar because I know some people don't like it. I personally like the smell of vinegar. How often do you make your bed? My bed is literally either a duvet or a comforter. That's it. On sheets. Every morning when I feel like it, never. I'm going to say when I feel like it, but it takes 2 seconds to throw a comforter over the pillows. Not a big deal. If you're a person that's a question we should ask. Do you sleep with a top sheep? Top sheep. I hope you don't sleep with a top sheep. But for people that sleep with a top sheet, making your bed is an ordeal, right? Because you got that whole thing you got to take care of. But if you're just a duvet or comforter only person, making your bed is a nothing burger. How does your desk at home or work look? Cluttered and disorganized. Completely organized and tidy, with every pencil sharpened and every paper neatly piled or filed. It's somewhat orderly, but there are a few papers and books strewn about. It's somewhere between the first and the last one. We're going to go with the last one. What did you do with the pizza box from last week's get together with friends? You mean the pizza box from last week's live stream where I ordered a pizza on the live stream? I threw it right away. I threw it out eventually. It's still in my kitchen on the floor. I take out my recycling once or twice a week. It's still in the kitchen. Peter says, I have a top sheep. Top sheep? Why do I keep saying sheet, and still just fold everything back over and it still looks neat? Have you ever found a scary, slimy, fuzzy, or green thing growing in your fridge? No. My fridge may not hold a secret civilization, but there's definitely something living in there. Yes, I do have that bubble tea that's 8 years old. Your score is 35. Some people just don't feel the need to have a sparkling, clean household. But when you haven't done the dishes in a week and the mold and mildew in your bathroom needs to be fought off with a plunger, it may be time to change a few things. Thanks. Hey, look at this. Ken's premiere is beginning. I may or may not have dinner reservations very close to here at 8:30 and need to go change and get ready. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out in Canadaland. I'm sorry, but not sorry, for the short stream. I hope you have a good one. You can go continue hanging out with some people over on the Ken Continuum and check his stream out. I should be back next Sunday night. Alejandro says, go Cowboys. Go 49ers. Go Christian McCaffrey. Win me my fantasy week. Anyways, thank you guys. Thanks to our mods. Thanks to all the channel members over on the Johnny Strides channel and everyone who just tuned in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, yada, yada. I'm going to go have dinner. Then I'm going to come home. Then I'm going to do some edibles and have a fun night. Tomorrow morning's video, 9 a.m. EST. There'll be a premiere on the Johnny Strides channel. Anyway.